Hi everybody, this is Antonella, also known as Simone Stellar, and today I want to talk about anxiety. As a psychotherapist and mental health practitioner, I see a lot of people struggling with anxiety, and anxiety takes many forms. First, I'd like to let you know that anxiety is really a cover for fear, and fear may happen because we're feeling helpless or hopeless or not sure what the future holds. And so I'm just going to give you two suggestions to start to lay the groundwork, and we'll move from there. But first off, when you feel anxiety, I'd like you to tune in and ask yourself, is this mine? Does this belong to me? Because we pick up so much energy, so much information, and a lot of times the anxiety we're feeling is not ours. It may be from mass consciousness. It may be because we're watching too much TV, we're listening to the news, it's feeding us, it's making us feel fearful, and so we experience this anxiety, but it's actually not ours. So it's important that you figure that out first. So ask yourself that question. There are times when you ask yourself that question, you'll realize, hey, that's not mine. I'm okay. Now, if you are feeling anxiety, and there is a lot of things going on out here in the world that produce these feelings of fear and helplessness. Well, first off, I would suggest, and this is more of a challenge, I would challenge you to unplug. Unplug your phone. Unplug your computers. Give yourself 30 minutes a day where you don't get on the internet, where you don't listen to news. See what happens. 30 minutes a day is not a lot. Now, I am like you, I'm sure, that I have my phone with me all the time. The only time I don't have it is when I deliberately unplug, or if I lose it or misplace it. And I have to tell you, when I do lose it, and you know how you have to wait a day or so, 2 days till your phone comes, I usually feel relieved. I feel like, wow, I have a break. I don't have to get back to anyone right away. I don't have to look into anything right away. So it's almost a reprieve. And some of you may feel that way as well. But it's really important to unplug. So give yourself half an hour a day to do something else. So something could be read a book, take a walk, cook a good meal, call a friend, breathe, meditate. Those things are so valuable. And we don't do it. A lot of times we don't. We have the phone or the computer in front of us, and we're inundated with information all the time. Now, let me ask you, what purpose does it serve to hear some horrible story and feel like I can't do anything about this? What purpose does that serve? Now, I understand it's important to know what's going on in the world, but we're inundated constantly with feeder lines, flashes of information, all this stuff that we can't control. So I'm challenging you again to take half an hour and unplug. See what that feels like. Some of you are going to have a hard time. And if you feel a struggle or stress over that, that is a very big indicator that there's some challenging behavior there that you might need to work on. It's really important because we're talking about you. And that does definitely affect our feelings of anxiety. A second thing I would say is surround yourself with things that make you happy. So make your space comfortable. So that means, if you tend to be a little bit messy, clean your space. Don't have things laying around. Have flowers, incense if you like it, candles if you like it. Make your space really pleasant so it feels good and it feels safe. We can't control what happens outside, but we can control our space. Even if our space is just a little room, it's still ours. Now, these things sound so simple, and so really, Simone, that's going to help with anxiety? Well, you have to start somewhere. Trust me, that's a big step. Shutting off your social media, unplugging. We are also plugged in. I'm going to ask also, at night, before you go to bed, a lot of people are on their phones and they shut it off, put it on the side of their bed, and go to sleep. Well, all that stimulus has affected us. It has an impact on our brain and on what's going on. So I'm going to suggest that half an hour before you go to sleep, unplug. Unplug. Read a book, draw, write, sing, talk to a friend, exercise, whatever resonates for you, but unplug. That is a huge factor, a huge reason why people are struggling with anxiety. I'm not saying that's the only reason, by no means, but we have to start somewhere. And as we go on, I will share more, but I wanted to just challenge those of you who are willing to take a shot at it to see how that feels. And I'd love for you to comment and tell me what that was like. So my challenge would be to do it for a week, for half an hour, whatever time frame works for you, meaning whatever time of day, unplug. See what that's like. Give yourself a chance, because we're getting so much information and so many messages. We're confused, we're overwhelmed. It is anxiety provoking. So I'm giving you the opportunity to try something different to see how it works for you. So I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you take the challenge. I'll talk to you soon with more information. I wish you the best, and don't get lost in the sauce. Bye.